Squeenix. Jesus Christ. How many fucking people worked on this game? It was like 5 companies. How many people own the copyright to Batman? Right? Ah, yes. Seminole, here we go. Game of the Year edition. Fucking Understate of the Year edition. Ignore that. Subtitles on. And for later for the next games in the series, I'll be doing hard mode, but like this game does hard mode differently, and it's really ridiculous. I don't want to deal with it, so for this time you're getting normal mode. But rest assured, for the next games you're getting hard mode, but this game I don't want to deal with that shit. So just gonna have to deal with it. Anyway, so here we go. Batman. It was promised many a time ago, back when I first got this whole setup. I did a playthrough, an incomplete playthrough of a little game that was pure garbage called Batman Arkham Origins, and it was total crap, and I hated it, and it crushed my soul.
Batman is now en route to Arkham Island.
And even back then, I wanted to be like, yeah, I want to do all the Batman games. Because I am a huge fan of these games. Arkham Asylum and Arkham City are 2 of my favorite... Hitchhiker's Make These People? I already love that. Are 2 of my favorite games. And Asylum, I know a little bit better from memory than City. But, regardless. And now that I got, you know, I got my little perfect setup, my ideal situation going on here, you know, no reason not to. I mean, like, if Rocksteady had announced that there'd be a HD next-gen re-release of these games, which had been rumored back before Arkham Knight came out that they were going to do that, if they announced that, I might have held off, because I'd rather do the HD version. The quote-unquote next-gen version. But they haven't, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this now. Because why not? Okay, so immediately here, if you remember my Arkham Origins video, which you shouldn't, because that game sucked, and I'm ashamed of my words and deeds.
Hey, how's the wife and kids? You miss me?
Shut it, clown! A lot of people here really want to talk to you.
Really? I don't mind.
You're gonna notice immediately something I had referred to at the beginning of that playthrough.
Get that filthy degenerate out of here!
Warden, something's not right. I'm going with him.
As you can see, already, we are playable. And what are we doing? Are we going through a really forced tutorial sequence? Where we have to learn how to crouch, the very first thing we do, and do just a bunch of dumb bullshit? No. We are walking through the fucking asylum escorting the Joker. And I can't do anything but walk right now. Look, I'm pressing the buttons. Nothing's happening. The Arkham games have always done a very, you know, kind of classic you know, intro, intro type intros, like very Half-Life-esque.
Thank God you're here.
And this is my favorite part. You can go up to all of the staff, and they'll talk to you. It's really cool.
See, he's back. How long is it? Joker killed my best friend when he broke out of here last.
Oh, he's gonna do a lot more than that this time.
It was rough back there. How many did he kill this time? I just need a few minutes alone with that sicko. I'll give him something.
Does anyone actually think that freak is gonna change?
What happened in the mayor's?
Shockingly, like, so much dialogue, right? No one has heard this shit. How many people who've played this game do you think have heard any of this dialogue?
He killed my friend. We both started here at the same time.
When are people gonna learn?
The image of what he did to him.
Like, Oh my god.
Joker killed my best friend when he broke
And
out.
now, only now is it finally repeating.
I heard it was rough.
Okay, now it's repeating. Let's see how much more dialogue everyone else has. Quincy?
Warden Sharp has dramatically improved security here at Arkham.
Yeah, I bet. Nothing? What about you? Quincy?
Don't worry, Batman. Next time you see this reprobate, he'll be a changed man. I've got Dr. Young working on a cure as we speak.
What, a cure for being a fucking asshole?
Back again.
Oh my god. Like, look at all this extra dialogue that
Thanks for your help bringing him in.
some people probably spent a lot of time on.
Couple of minutes, and he'll be
So much voice acting that no one has ever heard. I guarantee you no one except
Thank you,
me
Batman.
has
Joker's
ever
reputation
taken the
will
time
only add to our reputation.
to walk back and forth and trigger these dialogues.
Warden Sharp has dramatically improved.
Okay, that guy has a lot less than those two had. He's already repeating. Because rule of thumb is...
Don't worry, Batman. Next
Yep.
time you see this...
Yeah, weird that those guys had like 12 fucking lines between them. Quincy and this bald guy here only have like 2 or 3. Anyway, moving on.
Look at all this new security. How's a guy supposed to break out of here?
And speaking of voice direction, you'll notice that we got the late great...
Down here once for some
Oh.
kind of charity opening thing. Reckons he's the man. Donates a scanner and then goes home with a model. Good day's work, huh?
God, so much extra dialogue.
We used to just do the old body search, but the loons started hiding blades and laying traps for us where you really don't expect them. This way's safer, and I still got all my
visitors.
So ridiculous. Like, I would take the time, but there's so much. I can't believe how much extra dialogue there is at the beginning of the game. That, again, like 99% of people are never going to hear. What they do hear is Mark Hamill's performance as the Joker. And that's one of the seminal things about this game, is I talked about this, but like it's sort of it's like the Batman in a nutshell, like the introduction to Batman as a character, as a concept type game.
Much more personal.
Got a red light. Multiple prohibited items.
I want Joker searched again.
It's not the patient. It's
Ooh, would you sneak in with your bats? Come on, tell me. Batarangs, bat claws, ooh, bat smacks.
Shark repellent.
scan is green on Joker.
Open the gate. Get him out of there. I want weapons on him at all times.
And like first step of that is, you know, they got the whole cast pretty much from the animated TV show. They got Mark Hamill to do the Joker, who did his voice in the cartoon, and Kevin Conroy. Kevin Conroy is the voice of Batman in the cartoon also. You could almost play this game and imagine it as like a more, you know, PG-13 episode of the cartoon show. Hey, Aaron, got anything for me?
Warden didn't want you coming through, but way I figured, we're all safer with you on this side.
Yes. I'll have some words about this guy later, don't worry. And here's the doctor. Hello, ma'am. You have any dialogue for me? I will... Ma'am?
What do you think made him what
Ma'am?
he is, Batman? Childhood trauma?
Ma'am?
Some kind of breakdown? He never speaks about
I think he
it.
speaks about it a lot, he just lies. Ma'am? Ma'am? Excuse me? Excuse me, have you seen my butt? Anita Sarkeesian really wants to see my butt, but for some reason my cape is always covering it. It's a real problem. Anyway. And you're gonna see as we go through, there's a shit ton of really obscure Batman trivia, like throughout the ages, like shit that no one has ever heard of.
Never escape.
Like, you're gonna know more about really obscure Batman villains than you ever cared about by the time this game is through.
Hear about Black Gate, boss?
Joe, God! Shut up! Go, catch you soon, boss!
Shut it
I'm
and
telling
keep
you,
moving.
the state of the wiring in these federal facilities is, well, it's shocking. My boys over there could have been hurt in that unfortunate fire.
Just gotta check your prisoner, Officer Bowles.
Whatever, just be quick.
Only following procedure. Well, patient seems to be in satisfactory condition. Looks like he suffered minor lacerations, probably in the last 2 hours. There seems to be...
Need to take my temperature? I'd be happy to drop my pad.
I bet Mark was having a lot of fun with this one.
Get him out of here.
Like, already, Joker's being a lot more, you know, adult. And it's not even that adult, but it's way more than he ever got away with in the cartoon show, that's for sure.
Pacification system active. Shoot to kill permission.
And uh-oh.
You are the lady.
I think we just passed through the door to Wonderland because...
Can you smell the excitement in the air? No? Must have been one of the guards then. Rocco boy!
Wonderland, Neverland. My mistake. Peter Pan reference. Fucked it up. Wonderland's a totally different thing.
Keep your weapons trained on it at all times.
Looks angry.
Hey, we've seen you before.
What's it doing?
I've got your scent, Batman. I will hunt you down.
Miss Robinson, you're trying to seduce me.
A toy collar won't stop me from killing you, Batman. I'll rip you apart. Eat your bones.
Glider will get you everywhere, Croc.
That reminds me, I really need to get me some new
Okay, move up.
And you know, it's really...
Look Croc up on the internet. Wish I had.
Yeah, seen some things from Ika's portal, I bet.
That thing gives me the creeps.
And it's really great to have, you know, a sort of something to expose you to Hamill's Joker. Because I don't know if you've ever seen the cartoon show. Probably not, I'm assuming.
The night is young, Bats. I still have a trick or two up my sleeve. I mean, don't you think it's a little bit funny how a fire at Blackgate caused hundreds of my crew to be moved here?
I thought I told you to stay quiet.
Oh, Frankie, you really should learn to keep that fat mouth of yours shut. It'll get you into trouble.
Tell me something. You've never let me catch you this easily. What are you really after?
Oh, nothing much. Hundreds dying in pain and fear. All their meaningless lives brought to a horrifying conclusion. All thanks to you and a book of matches. Was that the answer you wanted?
All patients should avoid contact with prisoners from Blackgate.
Because Bob Kane, fucking, that's the story.
What's he doing? Stay where you are. Get a flashlight. Get a light on him.
That's a great scene.
What? Don't you trust me?
Because, as I was saying, because, like, you've seen the movies now, and I don't even know if you've seen the the Tim Burton movies, but, like, when it comes to discussions about portrayals of the Joker, like, everyone just automatically goes to the movies.
Only 3? I'll be sure to try harder next time. What say we aim for 100?
Before we go forward. Any dialogue that no one's ever heard before in their life?
When the lights went out, she's freaking out. Wants me to quit this place.
Any dialogue? Sir? Sir?
How much do you think it costs to try and cure Joker? Never works. Waste of money.
Like, people always go to the movies. They go to Jack Nicholson, Heath Ledger, and those are really good interpretations of the Joker. You know, Jack Nicholson's, you know, fucking 5 stars. And then Heath Ledger had like a really like fucking gritty interpretation. But those are like movie interpretations, you know? When you sit down and read the comic book and you read the dialogue and you're reading the Joker's speech bubbles, what's the voice that comes into your head when you're reading it? You don't think of Jack Nicholson's voice. You don't think of Heath Ledger's delivery.
I think he's talking about you.
You hear Mark Hamill. At least me.
You're always
you know?
Gotta say, it's good to be.
Like, he is, to me at least, to a lot of fans, the iconic voice of the Joker.
I don't like it.
At least he's back where he belongs.
Oh, taking a sip there. And, you know, Kevin Conroy is a fucking badass. But I would say Batman is a little bit more, you know, oh yeah, oh, shocking. Oh no, no one could have seen this coming. Kevin Conroy's a great fucking... Oh yeah, he killed him by kicking him in the crotch really hard. You'll see, he's dead. That doctor is fucking dead from being kicked.
Honey, I'm home.
Come on in.
Yay.
Welcome to the madhouse, Batman! I set a trap, and you sprang it gloriously! Now...
Although the, you know, Kevin Conroy, great voice actor, but I find Batman is a little bit more open to interpretation, so I never really get, like, you know, like, oh man, that's the fucking distinctive Batman that I remember, and no one else is good enough. You know, like, when people were freaking out about Ben Affleck in the movie, I'm like, I don't know, he might be fine. I'd have to see the movie first. Anyway, get into the game here now.
With a combined sentence of 752 years, ding 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 ding, it's round 2! On that, gotta run!
In the end, not much has changed from what you might have seen in Origins. Like, Rocksteady really nailed it with this free-flow combat system, to the point that everyone and their mother has fucking ripped them off by now. To the point where, you know, you go back to Asylum and it actually feels a little archaic compared to the... Yeah, see? Deceased. Fucking pussy, man.
Gordon, try and contact the warden. Let him know what's happened.
Don't make promises you can't keep, Bass! I'm in control of the asylum. You're not going anywhere I don't want you to. Understand?
If you think I'll let you run...
Always with the hero speed. Ooh, I'm getting bored of watching you. Why don't you just come find me?
Speaking of archaicisms with this series, when you go back and replay the first game...
Of course it is.
Ooh, yeah, we're gonna want to look at these every time a new one pops up. I wouldn't say uneasy. I mean, they say that, but it seems to be a really open, amicable relationship. Criminologist. And we've also got Batman, naturally. When his parents were gunned down in front of him, this kid never got the fuck over it even after 30 fucking years. Dressing up as a bat to prey on criminals' fears. Because criminals are a superstitious, cowardly law. Don't get used to these fucking, like, really nice, detailed comic book drawings of the characters. You're gonna lose those around next game. I kinda miss them. 6'2", Jesus Christ. Trained to physical and mental peak. It's another way to say capable of doing things no living human being could ever do in a million years. Expert in most known forms of martial arts. Basically, he's a Mary Sue. And the Joker. Who fucking calls him the Clown Prince of Crime? Real name unknown. Let's keep it that way. unrepentant homicidal maniac. Surprisingly strong hand-to-hand combatant. And then a character that's unique to the Arkham series, a new guy. If you've never heard of him before, he's only in these games. Quincy Shaw. Wants to become mayor. Warden of Arkham Asylum. First appearance, Batman Arkham Asylum, summer 2009. Pompous and old-fashioned demeanor. Ooh, who wrote this profile? Anyway, yeah, there's a lot here. Rest assured, not all of these are for characters who actually appear in the game. And I'm gonna get one more profile opening up really quick before I continue. Oh goodness, what could this be? Yep, I miss that bowler hat. That bowler hat has never made an appearance in this series outside of this fucking illustration. Edward Nygma. Eddie Nashton. Get it? 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 Enigma. That little offhand joke that Batman made in Arkham Origins. Hey, figured out your real name right off the bat. Why are all of Batman's villains like fucking insane? Anyway. One of the things that's sort of archaic about this game compared to later games is it's very sort of face value, I would say. It's sort of like I said, it's sort of a tribute game, and in that, it doesn't really do anything new. It's a very typical, very, you know, standard Batman story. Almost like, you know, Saturday morning cartoon. Like a typical, like, you tune in
Joker's been
for half an hour of Batman, and that's what you get. That's what this game sort of evokes to me. It's not until later on in the series, starting with the next game, excuse me, that you start seeing the writers of Rocksteady really start to make the series into their own and start exploring the characters a little bit.
Hey, Batman, over here.
Like, you're not gonna see any, like, you know,
Warning. Security breach in level B.
interpretations of characters that you wouldn't see anywhere else, I'll say. Anyway, Eddie!
Security breach.
What happened?
Joker happened. You're lucky to be alive.
He must have gone this way. Door's jammed. I'll try and get it open.
Although, like, a nicer way you could put it is, like, this is sort of an intro game, you know? You sit someone down, you watch this, and go like, what's Batman? It's this. It's this game.
Where are they?
And then, you know, after you establish something,
I work better alone.
that's when you can start going, you know, start deconstructing it a little bit, start playing with
Franklin, can you hear
people's
me?
expectations.
Help's on the way.
And for people to, you know, have expectations to play with, first you need to establish the norm. And that's what this game does. It establishes the norm. And for someone like me who, you know, reads comic books and is aware of the norm already, that can be a little bit boring to go back on replay compared to games like Arkham City, which are, you know, more character study kind of games that have a little bit more long-term, you know, replayable value to the story. Anyway, let's continue on.
Oracle, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Ooh, Oracle, who's that? Why, it's Barbara Gordon. Someone you've also might be passingly aware of. Probably not in this state, though. Yes, Barbara Gordon was formerly Batgirl, but then Joker shot her in the spine. And is now Oracle, and I will have words about this. Oh goody, will I have words. But yeah. Remember the clock tower. Come back to it. Anyway. Moving on.
Escaped custody. He's running free in Arkham.
Do you need anything? Is my dad still there?
Commissioner Gordon is safe. Joker's not far ahead. I'll stay in contact.
Yes, I'll come back to talking about Barbara later.
Thank God. It's Zsasz. He's got Mike. He's strapped in the...
I'm gonna have a lot to talk about in this fucking game.
Wait here.
You can't. He'll kill Mike if he sees anyone trying to get close.
He won't see me.
Hey, look. It's another character you've probably never heard of.
Little bit like a bat, and this guard.
Even if you'd seen the cartoon.
Do you hear me?
Don't go easy on him, Batman.
Aye. Please, you've got to save him.
You're not gonna escape! Release him!
Nope, okay. Oh yeah, let's see all the gadgets that Batman brought with him. Fucking nothing! Why does this insane asylum have an electric chair?
This is disgraceful.
Zsasz! A character who is not suitable for Saturday morning cartoons. Therefore, this game was a lot of people's first exposure to him. Surprisingly enough, this game actually kind of skyrocketed its popularity. He got a little bit of a revival in the comics after this game. No pattern of killing. Yeah. Most unrealistic serial killer fucking ever.
How did a patient like Victor get free?
We'll worry about that later, Doctor.
He wants to kill the guard, you know. He needs to kill the guard.
Like, serial killers aren't known for, you know, switching it up whenever it might seem exciting.
Zsasz has got my buddy. He's gonna fry him. Do something, please.
Keep him occupied. I need to get behind him.
You know, people with a compulsive need to kill, it's not even so much the killing, it's sort of like OCD to a more extreme extent, you know? It's about like doing it over and over. You know, if you have a compulsive need to kill people, oh, and let's check out, he's nervous. Come on. Come on. Yep, nervous. Wonder why. Instead of doing what the game wants us to, let's go ahead and be an asshole and do this! Fuck you up. You know, it's about pattern. Like, they just got like, oh, I killed them this way, and now I gotta do it again, because that's just what I gotta do. Anyway. Comic books. Oh, hey, look!
Oh, hiya, B-Man. Harley Quinn.
We know who you are, honey.
My new uniform. Pretty hot.
Not as good as the old one.
I got something to show you. 1 second, B-Man.
I don't know why you bother with the mask, to be honest.
I'm now subbing for the old man. Old Sharpie.
Oh, Quincy, you are a lucky, lucky man.
In case you ain't figured it out, today is the Joker's big homecoming, and you're the guest of honor.
You have one chance to surrender, Quinn.
Tempting, Beth, but no dice. Now the inmates are running the asylum. Well, technically, the Joker's goons shipped in from Blue.
Oh, God.
But you get the idea. Bye-bye for now.
So, yes, Harley Quinn. Voiced for the first and last time in video game form by the iconic Arlene Sorkin. The human being who actually inspired Harley Quinn in the first place. In future games, she will be voiced by Tara Strong, which, whilst I adore Tara Strong in every capacity, that's not her first appearance, by the way. She first appeared in the cartoon show. While I adore Tara Strong, no one can ever replace Arlene in my heart for amazing Harley Quinn, who is just sublime. Just sublime. We're gonna get into her a little bit later.
Oracle, I'm here.
Arkham Asylum just vanished off the network.
He's in control of the security system. He's probably isolated it from the grid.
That's not all he's done. All police feeds are reporting he's placed bombs all over Gotham. Says he'll detonate them if anyone sets foot on Arkham Island. It's being suppressed at the moment, but the story will break any time now.
He's lying. It's just a diversion to keep people away.
How do you know?
I know it.
Dun dun dun.
Try the radio. Control should be able to shut down the gate.
Harley thinks she has me trapped in this chamber. She never was very bright.
Madame, have anything?
You were rescued by Batman. It was quite impressive.
Aww.
Can you hear me? You're going to be fine.
Debatable.
What do you remember? You were caught by Zaz, but everything's under control now.
No.
He's not going anywhere.
It's not. Come on, Doc, talk to me. Come on. Doctor. Doctor.
I've got him covered.
Come on, I know I can talk to you. I always have trouble getting this to trigger. Ma'am? Okay, fuck it. Anyway, we'll be getting out of this. It's not even a trap, really. It's just fucking Harley Quinn's a retard.
Things always go wrong. Someone always gets hurt. He's like half the animals in this place. Locking him up is too good for him. Another friend dead, another mark for Zaz. He should be put down. Permanently.
Not really my deal. Anyway, we'll be getting out and continuing along next time.